Hi, my name is Joshua Bowen, and welcome to Art Thesis. Before we get started, I'm going to give you a little bit of background about myself. When I was in 6th grade, I dabbled a little bit in cartooning, and when I was in 8th grade, I took an art class at my middle school. And that's what makes me qualified to talk about art on this channel. So for my first video, I decided that I would design my logo for this channel, and I would walk you guys through the process that I go through when I do art. I spent a while trying to decide what the letter A should look like. After all, it's the first letter you see when you see the word art. I decided to make it look kind of like an art palette because, well, this is an art channel, after all. There's not a whole lot you can do with the letter R, but I decided to make it look a little bit wavy on the one side and more pointy on the other, making the shape as a whole more abstract than your average R. Because art is abstract after all, but it always has a point to it. I made the T look a little bit like a star, but the sort of star you would see on something that's new and fresh. This channel is bringing a newness to the YouTube community, and I felt like that's what this star could convey. To contrast the smaller, wimpier, sparklier T, I'm gonna go with a big, bold capital T for the word thesis, because the first letter of a word should always be the strongest letter. The letter H is going to be a little bit more lopsided. One side is going to be much shorter than the other side is going to be considerably longer than the other, and it's imbalanced, but isn't life also imbalanced? In this E, I left room for the S, because I want to give the sort of sense that these letters are nestled within one another. They're coming together, just like art brings us, humans, together. The letter I follows a similar pattern, being nestled within the S. It's not often you see the circle so far from the I. Finally, the last S. This S doesn't quite match the S that came before it. And it's not a perfect S either. I think this S says a lot about the human experience as a whole. None of us really match or fit in the way we think we're going to. We're not exactly the same as the person before us, but at the end of the day, we're all still the same letter. So I'm pretty satisfied with the shapes of everything, but do you know what this art channel logo is missing? It's missing color. So we're going to start off by coloring the art palette. I go with orange because orange is famous for not rhyming with anything. In its most base form, art does not rhyme with anything. Next we have the color red, which represents our love and our passion for art. Blue represents our loyalty. We're loyal to the art. We are loyal to the artist. Purple is the color of power, because art is a powerful medium. Finally, green to represent life and the vitality of nature and the passage of time. And you know, this circle right here seems pretty dang lonely without a color in it, so we're gonna make it a bright yellow to represent the happiness and joy that art brings to all of us. Finally, we're going to color the palette itself, which isn't going to be super exciting. It's just going to be a sort of a brownish, yellow, orange. Because, you know, that's the color that wood is. And admittedly, this one doesn't have very much symbolism to it, but this is just the color it happened to be. You know, I'm going to level with you guys. This is a lot more exhausting than I thought it was going to be. We've only colored one letter, and we've already used 7 colors, and you know, I think I'm just going to finish this later. Think of this as the beginning. Think about the rest of this as a blank slate. We're going to be using the colors of the palette to color our way forward. We don't know what colors are to come, but there are possibilities. There are possibilities for colors. We don't know what's going to happen yet, but it is going to happen. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and a comment down below if you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more of this, please subscribe to the channel. If you have any ideas for artwork that I should cover, please let me know down in the comments as well.